Imagine the lights go down in a packed arena in Las Vegas. The crowd is roaring for the main event of a modern MMA card. In one corner, you have the apex predator, a fighter trained in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, Muay Thai, and wrestling. He is a machine of efficiency. In the other corner, a figure enters swaying, stumbling, and looking completely out of place. He moves with a rhythmic, drunken chaos. The fans laugh. The commentators are confused. But then, the bell rings. As the MMA fighter lunges for a double-leg takedown, the drunken warrior doesn't sprawl. He falls backward, seemingly by accident, but uses that momentum to whip a heel into the attacker's jaw from an angle that shouldn't exist. This is the ultimate debate. Zui Quan versus The Cage. Is the Sarhos-Yumruk just a beautiful dance made for Jackie Chan movies? Or is it a hidden science that could actually dismantle a modern champion? Today, we are stripping away the cinema to find the combat. Welcome to the laboratory of the unorthodox. To understand why the drunken fist is terrifying in a real fight, you have to understand the OODA loop: observe, orient, decide, act. In a standard MMA fight, professionals read cues. They look at the lead foot, the twitch of a shoulder, the gaze of the eyes. The drunken fist is a system designed to break that loop. When Jackie Chan sways, he is noise. His body is sending out 100 false signals a second. A fighter's brain tries to process the stumble as a mistake, but in that moment of hesitation, the strike arrives. In the cage, the most dangerous strike is the one you don't see coming. The drunken master is the king of the invisible strike because their whole body is a lie. If you think acting drunk has no place in real fighting, you haven't watched Emmanuel Augustus. Known as the drunken master of boxing, Augustus used erratic, rhythmic movements that made world champions look like amateurs. He danced, he wobbled, and he threw punches from his ankles. This is the Sarhos-Yumruk principle in action. It is broken rhythm. Most fighters move in a 1-2, 1-2 beat. The drunken master moves in a 1-2-3. 1. This syncopation makes it impossible to time a counterpunch. In an MMA setting, where timing is everything, a fighter who refuses to follow the beat of the music is a nightmare to solve. Modern MMA is dominated by wrestling. If you get taken down, the fight is often over. But look at Jackie Chan's drunken mechanics. The style is built around falling. In traditional wrestling, you resist the force. In Zui Quan, you embrace it. If a wrestler shoots on a drunken master, the master falls with the shot, using the floor as a pivot point to transition into a sweep or a joint lock. It is the ultimate anti-wrestling style because you cannot take down a man who is already falling on his own terms. It uses centrifugal force, turning a 200-pound opponent's charge into a 200-pound mistake. In the movies, Jackie uses a wine gourd. In the cage, those are his hammer fists and back fists. The drunken fist uses the slapping and snapping power of the joints rather than the pushing power of the shoulder. This is incredibly effective in the clinch. When two fighters are tied up against the fence, there isn't much room to throw a traditional hook. But a drunken master can flick a strike from a relaxed wrist with enough torque to break a nose. It is short-range chaos. It's the ability to generate lethal power without a wind-up. So if it's so good, why isn't every UFC champion a drunken master? The answer is conditioning. To fight in the Sarhos-Yumruk style for 15 minutes requires a level of core, strength, and isometric endurance that is almost superhuman. You are fighting in a constant state of unstable equilibrium. Your muscles never rest. Jackie Chan could do it for a 5-minute scene because he was a world-class athlete, but doing it under the pressure of a world-class grappler is a different story. Furthermore, you cannot fake the drunken fist. If you don't have the underlying hard martial arts foundation, you're just a guy falling over. The drunkenness is the 10% on top of a 90% foundation of iron body and lightning speed. Modern MMA is evolving. We are seeing fighters like Tony Ferguson, Jiri Prochazka, and Michel Pereira use weird movements, somersaults, and drunken sways to confuse their opponents. They are rediscovering what Jackie Chan showed us in 1978. That traditional doesn't mean obsolete. It means unexplored. The drunken fist is a gold mine of tactical deception. It is the art of the glitch. In a world of perfect machines, the man who moves like a broken toy is the one who wins. If you are a fan who loves to see the logic behind the magic, if you believe that the old masters had secrets that modern science is just now beginning to understand, then you have found your home. We are building a community that bridges the gap between the traditional dojo and the modern cage. We honor the heritage, but we test it against the reality of the present. Here is how you can support the evolution. Subscribe to the dojo. Join the most technical and passionate martial arts community on YouTube. We are diving deep into the DNA of every fighting style ever created. Notification bell. Don't miss our next style versus style breakdown. We're going to look at Wing Chun versus Muay Thai and see if the chain punch can survive the Thai clinch. The Masters Debate. If you were an MMA coach, would you let your fighter use drunken movements to confuse an opponent? Or is it too risky? And who is the most Jackie Chan-like fighter in the UFC today? Leave your technical scorecard in the comments. Share the secret. Send this to a friend who thinks traditional Kung Fu is just for movies. Show them the Augustus effect and the science of the sway. The cage is locked, the wine is poured, and the dragon is waiting. Thank you for watching, for respecting the journey of the warrior, and for being part of this community. Stay fluid, stay deceptive, and I'll see you in the next breakdown.